Hello, streaming to you live on Rumble. I am Gordon with Unlock Your Bioenergy. Today is Thursday, June 11th, 2026. And it's day number 421 wearing the incredible X39. And the countdown is on. 100 days are left till yours truly turns the big 50. In today's workout, I'm going to do a 9-minute warm-up and shoulders, rotators, and traps. And then I will talk about what is IR. And I've got a few things to share with you. So, let's get on with today's session. Got my heart rate monitor here. So you can see. I'm going to screencast. So you see here, when it registers. Come on. This is my heart rate. Oh, there it is. It just finally registered. So. And with that, I'm also going to take the X49 and just put one here. And I kind of put it 2 fingers. Distance away from my wrist. So on the left and the right. And last but not least, I did drink a little bit already. Deuterium depleted water. And hopefully, yep. The metronome is showing. Oh, and I just realized I forgot to change the workout instructions, so I'm going to do this quickly here. And so with the 9-minute warm-up, and then today is, I said, shoulders. I already know what I'm going to do. So the first one is going to be face pulls. Second exercise will be archers. I call them archers, like pulling a bow. Third one is going to be side lateral raises, but specifically a full range of motion, so we'll call it FROM. And then front delts. Then will be a rotator. And last but not least, the traps. So that is the sequence of exercises that I will be performing today, all with the vibration plate. So I will continue training the body that way. And the warm-up will consist of doing, jump rope. One thing I've been thinking about, is this. Here I've got, I don't know, I probably can show you, is I need to remember to do this. There's here, so you can see the bead that's on this particular, see how it's starting to break? So basically it kind of wraps itself around like this, around the other bead, and so what it does is it influences how the rope behaves. And so there's a few of these beads that are on here that what I do is just kind of either take them off entirely, or I'll reposition this in a different spot on the rope itself. So meaning I've got a few that are on here. Let's see. Just looking to check. I know there's a few beads that have just taken the rope apart and just move them around. So it's one way where you can extend the life of your rope, and this is something that I need to remind myself to do. So that's why I'm recording this. So with that, the metronome, good. Can hear that. I'm going to set the tempo at 150. Yeah. Or no, I'm gonna do something slightly different today. I'm gonna go 170. Okay, that's the tempo I'm gonna set at. And today I will do the later. Remind me later. I said the 9-minute hit. So what I'm going to do is switch back and forth between this tempo. So I will skip at 170 when the screen is green. So when you see the number, you see 005, that part of the screen, when it turns green, here, that'll be the high intensity. All right? So it'll be 30 seconds of that and then just switching back and forth. So I'm going to see how that goes today. And let's begin. All right. If you hear some thunder or rumbling in the background, there's a storm that's rolling in, so all is good. Hopefully the power doesn't shut off. But if so, I'll still be recording and I'll upload. So 30 seconds. There we go. Feels good. Do a variety of tricks. Alright. I go super fast and I'm broken. Really? I guess I can blame the tripping with the rope on that bead. It does create, I'm fairly certain, creates a problem. And hopefully I'll remember to adjust the tempo of the metronome. nice thing about using the rope, can ramp up the intensity right away, which I like. You can't duplicate that with a treadmill. You gotta be running outside, and then you need the space for it. Now look, I do this in the comfort of my own home. I can go faster too, but I probably should go faster. I'll try. So I will skip faster than the tempo. The next one. Really? I wonder what tempo that was at. I should probably watch the replay and figure it out using tap tempo. a nice 9-minute warm-up. So, just waiting for my heart rate to recover here. I'm going to drink a little bit more deuterium depleted water. Yeah, those dark clouds are rolling in, which will tie into the subject that I'll talk about after today's workout. So, the order, as you see on the screen, the first exercise will be the face pulls. And I like to do these sitting down, largely because then I can focus on utilizing the disturbance from the vibration. Oh. Let me see if this can be... So basically what I want is to have my elbows at the same height as this anchor point here. So that's the reason why I just tested that here. So switching back, you see the metronome on the screen. Today I'm going to use the red bands. I'm going to continue using these guys, largely because I want to be able to get to a point where these bands are easy, meaning I can control the resistance for the entire 3 minutes. And that is, I'm getting to that point, but I'm not there yet. So, that is the reason why I'm choosing to go with the red. So this is about total weight 8 times 4, which is 32 pounds of resistance total weight, and then adding a secondary piece. In addition to that, a rotation piece here by taking a third band, and I'm going to attach it to a lower anchor point here, which this band I'm going to hold in my hands or with my hands, and the red bands are going to be attached to my elbows. So, and I'm going to crisscross the bands as well. So, just gonna see here. All right, yeah, that's good. When I say crisscross, basically the left anchor point is gonna attach to the right anchor or the right elbow, and then the right anchor point is gonna attach to the left. So, here I am. My elbows are about the same height as the anchor point, and then I'm going to grab the other third band that's on the ground, and pull it with my elbows. So you see here, this is getting that rotation. So this becomes a more advanced version of the face pull that you see some trainers talk about. One being Jeff, who I have a lot of respect for. He's a trainer that I followed quite consistently over the years, and I still do, because he reminds me of things. And I'm sure if he's watching, I'm showing him some new stuff too. So here, focusing on the rear deltoid, you could probably see the rear deltoid firing up. So by having, there's resistance on the elbows about at this point here, and then through the balance. So it's about, let's say, 2/3 of the movement here are getting, the rear deltoids are getting activated with the rotators. And then you can raise them up like that. Hold it isometrically. Explode. Wow. Holding this position here does work those rear deltoids. Whew. And by anchoring the bands on the elbows forces them to do the work. Which correlates into better posture for all those people that are working in front of a computer. So here I'm holding it more at the kind of the 50% range of movement. Oh. Rotating. Oh, yeah. So here I'm rotating, holding it isometrically, rotating. Oh. Oh. Oh, they're fatigued. Wow. All right. That's a solid first session of rear deltoid. Now I'm going to take this red band here and I'm going to change the anchor point by raising it this way here. So, and I'm going to take the other red band and I'm going to move it, this band, to the other anchor point that's over here. And this is going to come up to about my shoulder height. So this is kind of like what I do alright, with the push. No, pull. Sorry. Push. When I do push exercises on Tuesday, I do a variation of this, but the reverse direction. So the sternum muscle fibers on the chest that are in the sternum get worked. But now I'm going to work on the rear side. So meaning the rear deltoid at its full stretched point. And doing so, I'm just going to figure out the position here of okay, it seems about right. I got it right off the bat. So this is where I'm going to take the band, turn it around, and I'm alternating the position. So here, putting the right side of the band on the left elbow and the right band on the left elbow, so that way you're basically, instead of bear hugging, you're pulling away like this. So I'm not bear hugging anybody. Come on, get them away from me. So by doing the exercise this way, I'm working the... So when the arms get out to about here, there's no more resistance on the deltoid. So now with this here, you can do this as well to change. So as if I'm doing straight arm lat pull downs, but working the shoulders through its full range of movement. So this one here I'm going to take and put it underneath now, just to change the angle a little bit. So to kind of even out the... Oh my. Oh. These bands are really... Make sure you keep the knees locked. That way that the vibration is traveling all the way up to the shoulders. The other alternative is you can do this sitting down if you wish. How I did the first exercise with the anchor points. If you don't have the two anchor points at the same time like I do, then you have to do each one separately. So oh wow. Oh wow. The burning, the delts are burning. Whew. Sure gets them fired up. All right, next exercise is the side lateral full range of movement. So I'm going to take this red band off this anchor point here, and I'm going to take a regular handle here. Oh, right here. There they are. So just as you see here, like this. And I'm taking that, putting the ring through, and then just making it kind of anchoring onto that spot. And the reason being is because I'm going to take the green band. I have a ring that's here that gets, one band will get attached to. Then I take the other guy here, as you see, and I will move this down. And this is my modification just to change the, or to create the anchor point, that's all. Now, I need to just center this. So, because of the yeah, that's good. Alright, so then with the red band here, I'm going to take the other anchor strap off here and grab door. These are the door anchors. They go behind the door, and basically, so I've got two of them here, and what I'm going to do is attach it to the red band. And the idea behind it is to take some of the slack out of the band in addition to creating the anchor points underneath my feet. So I'm going to take that door anchor, and I want this to be on the outside of my foot. So stepping on it, then I'm going to take the other door anchor and do the same thing, where I'm going to step on the anchor, and I want it to be on the outside of my shoe. So essentially now, yeah, kind of like that, and taking the riband here and just kind of balancing the slack between the left and the right side. Yeah, seems about right. And then taking the left side, putting it on the right elbow, and the right side putting it on the left. And of course, there we go. Okay, nice and even. Now I'm going to take hold it with the right hand, take the other side, hold it with the left, and that way I get tension at the there's tension here, so the green bands are pulling on the medial side, the medial deltoid. So, 3 minutes, and here we go. Hold it isometrically, slow negative. Allow the vibration to create disturbance. You can do here now, if you do a L raise, that's where you get the rear delt involved, but since I already did it, I don't need to switch to an L raise. Wow. Oh man. To hold it at that position, and doing it this way, you want to use lighter bands if you're first starting out, because you want to have this strength for the full 3 minutes. It's hard. This feels like 100 pounds. Or even, I don't know. I can hold 15 no problem when I'm fresh. And I can hold it isometrically, like even probably 20 pounds straight like this. At the beginning, when I'm fresh, no problem. And 20 pounds is a pretty solid weight to be using for the side lateral raise. Most people, you know, can maybe hold 5. So, especially isometrically like this. So, next up is front delt raises. So, that's where I'm going to take what am I calling it? The ankle strap, take it off, and I'm going to grab one of the door anchors from the other band and put it on this guy here, like that. So, and then attach, so basically this becomes 16 pounds worth of resistance right here. And then I've got the second band that is for the other side. So one side gets 16, the other guy gets 16. And when you fatigue the muscle and you start hitting failure, you're going to feel it. And that's when the challenge really begins, when you have to force the muscle to do the work. And when it starts screaming and you start feeling it, your ability to withstand that tension is crucial. So, with this exercise today, I'm going to take a second set of ankle straps. And I did this last week, where the second set of ankle straps is going to attach to my elbows behind me. So, yes, I'm going to set the, maybe I'll put this one set lower. Yeah, no, I'm going to leave it there, because I don't want to have extra. If I put it lower, then it's putting more tension on the front, on the front deltoid, which I will already have with this weight, so I want to be able to push through it. Yes, you. So just kind of eyeing to see how far I need to place the plate away from the wall behind me. Make sure this is nice and even. And these bands here are going to attach like this. So they are going to pull on the deltoid from here to this. So as this, I'm doing a push-up. But since I do a push-up already throughout the week, the front delts get a lot more work than probably other muscles, and largely because I can see I still have a little bit of an imbalance from my front delts to that of my rear, and that has to do with push-ups. So over the years, trying to develop that strength. So now here we go. So taking the bands, and the green ones are pulling from behind, so I can feel the tension there. And now pressing up. Slow negative. Now here I'm just working the beginning range, the movement. I probably can put more weight now that I'm seeing that. hold it here. So here I'm holding it, just activating the front deltoid at the very start of the rep. So I'm kind of pushing a little forward with my palms. Oh, really moving through that range of movement. Getting the front deltoid to do the work. Working on a sticking point. Sometimes I wonder if, you know, this affects the Feel It Friday results when I do the queens. That's the mountain climber and a push-up. So making the meal that I eat after this session important as well. So that way you get the deltoids there, they get the nutrients that they need. So, and that goes for any of the muscle groups. So, you know, if you're going to choose not to eat clean, well, then your muscle group that's there is going to, you know, feel the consequence of that. So the next exercise is the okay, I just realized I'll take this off here, the door stops, because oh no, I won't need them actually. I'm ahead of myself. So the next exercise is the rotator. Specifically, I'm going to work on external rotation. So this is kind of the old school variation. I'm going to take the vibration plate, turn it perpendicular to the wall, and I'm going to figure out where the center point is there. Yeah, that looks good. And with this exercise, I'm also going to take a pool noodle. So instead of using a towel of sorts, this kind of keeps its form. And first version, I'm going to start with the right side. So taking the pool noodle, put it under your elbow that you're working. So try to keep the elbow kind of you know, beside you as much as you can, like, you know, where your elbow is touching your hip. So, and then working the rotation here. So this green band is 10 pounds worth of resistance, so you know it is quite a bit of resistance. So one of the things that I talked about the other day is the bands that come with as a form of equipment with a vibration plate. Some of them they attach directly to the vibration plate itself, and that is the case for me with these bands that I have that came. I could use them with you know, the door anchors here and so forth, as an alternative to using the body elastics bands, but they're not as the resistance is much lighter. So even the thickest band is probably equivalent to this 10 pounds. And so if you're doing, let's say, the front press, like I was just doing, the heaviest band may not be enough for you if you're in advanced, let's say if you've been training for a large number of years, it probably won't be enough resistance for you. In the beginning stages, probably yes, if you're just starting out with vibration plate training. But if you're a seasoned fitness lifter, a fitness athlete, you know, fitness professional, you might find over time that you would want to increase the resistance. And so here I'm facing the wall and externally rotating. Now I'm going to face away, so that way there's tension at the very, very stretch point of the rotator, and I can feel it right away. Right there, there's a lot of tension. So as an accordion player, this is a very good exercise for me. Alright, one thing I didn't do was switch the sides, but that's okay. I mean, by taking the pool noodle and putting it in the other, on the other elbow, and then using my fist to hold the side that's being worked, but that's okay. So here, I'm just going to do the same thing, stick with here, holding it. So holding this isometrically, keep the elbow kind of in line with your torso, your hip. And as you see, I'm not holding the strap with my hand, so taking the wrist flexion out of the movement. And the reason being is because I want all that tension to be focused on the rotator itself. I want it to do the work. No, I don't want to cheat the movement. Now some would say, oh, you're losing the opportunity to strengthen your forearms. Well, yeah, but earlier this week I did specific forearm training with the vibration plate. So, and this is something that I'm going to continue doing moving into the future. And that way, the forearms get the same attention as the biceps do. So here, holding it isometrically, and then exploding. So here, so working the type 2 fibers in the rotator. And the type 2 fibers, they don't last as long. You can work them hard, but they don't, there's the amount of strength that they have can only do so many reps. And then the power is gone. And so then I'm switching to more of a type 1 movement, slow isometric. This is where the real, you can have explosive, which is speed plus power, but you get that power from this, holding it isometrically, and the speed just follows. So getting the best of both worlds. facing away a little bit now. Facing towards. All right. Whew. So that is the rotator. Last but not least is going to be traps. And that's where I'm going to take the small ankle strap. This one here is, I call it small one because I have it wrapped twice around to make it smaller. And the reason why I'm using this is to remove the slack from the orange bands that I'm going to use here. So I'm going to take two, like as you see here, attach one side and grab the other side. And this is going to be equivalent to, if you have 120 pounds worth of resistance on a bar. So, or I have weights, free weights behind me that I can use as well. But I don't want to add the additional weight to the vibration plate, because then it's just putting stress on it. So basically by doing this here, I'm removing the slack. Yeah, okay. From the band itself, and here I want to activate the traps. So attach here, hold it now, and now I'm doing a farmer's walk essentially. But holding the bands, so the bands are really tugging on the traps, and it's a good way to work them. So now I'm basically stretching them entirely, so they're at a full stretch point and the resistance is still there, all the way stretched. Now pull it up, slow negative, and then you can go fast. So a pause all the way at the bottom, and then activate them. And reason why I'm using this, these straps, that way I can keep the tension on the traps for the entire 3 minutes. My hands don't give way. Allows me to keep the tension on the traps. So no different than when I'm doing a dead man hang, which I probably should do today. I'll try it. Holding it here at the top. Those bands are tugging. Explosive. Again. Oh, the traps are burning. Oh. Wow. Okay, so next up is the dead man hang, so which I will do. Ooh. Oh. I'm gonna change this here. Pull that out of the way. Alright. So, last but not least, the dead man hang. So I'm going to use the metronome to count. So 0, 4, 8. So every 4 beats is 4 seconds. So if you're trying this with me, then this is a way how you can measure your, how would you say, strength levels, your grip. So I can already tell the traps, they're fired up. Ooh, just allowing some blood to flow there, because I want my hands to receive also some of that blood, instead of being taken up by the traps. And boy, they're pumped. Ooh. All right, so 4, 3, 2, 1. My right hand was giving way, so you can see the bar I was holding on, so you probably see it in the shadow. Whew. So let's have a look at today's debrief. So 52:25, 7/7. A quick glance at today's date stamp. So it is June 11th, 2026. Starting time was at 3:13 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, so I'm a little later than normally. Normally I'm live streaming earlier. And maximum heart rate I hit today, I didn't even get into this zone, so which is 158. But this app recalibrates my moderate zone, 165 to 186. So, whereas my maximum heart rate zone is, here you'll see max effort at 209 to 221. So that recalibrated on May 28th, 2026. So just recently. So majority of time I was in this heart rate zone, which is 60 beats to 142. And so every 30 seconds here you could see how it's doing a sawtooth, essentially that's what I call it, and I hit the peak right there. So it's kind of interesting how it gradually goes up like that, even though it's doing, you know, this as well. So for me that is an indication of well, my body's adjusting, and I did drink depleted water before I started today, so my ability to withhold that intensity for, you know, each 30 seconds is quite good, actually. strong recovery here. And then, wow. Almost recovered down to 50 here. So whatever that was, probably 60 something for a heart rate during today's session. So I don't know what I was doing. First exercise, second, third. So between the and then the fourth would have been that would have been the front raise. So that's where I'm pressing upwards. So that's where the front deltoid is getting involved, but also the core gets involved, because in order to be pressing the weight while I'm standing in the vibration, so my core is getting involved, and obviously here it's reflected in my heart rate where it climbed. And then for the rotator, there's one side, there's the second, or in the traps. So, or maybe here, this is the rotator. Okay. So there's one rotator, the second one, and then here in the end, probably when I was doing the farmer's carry, so that's for the traps. And basically the core gets involved to a degree, to a little, not in the same amount as the front deltoid press. So it's just interesting to see how my heart rate just jumped up there. So especially probably with the door hang, because I'm breathing now, I'm holding with the grip, so I want the blood flow to flow up as much as possible. And overall, I think a good effort today. Now, which brings me to my topic of the day, which was I talked about what is IR. IR is short for infrared. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is because there is a short presentation that I have for you. But I also have this picture here. So it's this is something that I was brought to my attention. This is from 2016. So my name is written right here. So if you look, you'll see Tomazic right here. And I set a time of 500 meter row at 142.5. And I said the other day that I have a strong feeling that I could beat that time so many years later. And so I thought I would just show you on the screen here. So with that, I also have this other presentation here where it talks about IR, which is infrared. So let's have a quick listen. Let's see here.
When they first introduced sunglasses, it started triggering a massive increase of cancer. So it has everything to do with cancer. You are filtering out certain rays of the sun, which is supposed to enter. You're blocking them out. And the pineal gland, which receives the light in a different color formation, that means the entire spectrum of light. It is necessary for the body to have that light, the basic metabolic processes. Also, you have to allow UV light to come in. When you do that, you're producing a hormone in the brain that is responsible for the melanin production in your skin. So that's where your skin protection occurs. If you are not producing that, your skin becomes susceptible to even sunlight. Let's say you wear sunshades, your body thinks it's dark outside. It doesn't make that hormone that is responsible for producing the melanin to protect your skin. If the light is needed, every cell communicates with every other cell. Through light, our cells require sunlight to grow and reproduce themselves so that you have a new body constantly created over and over again.
So he talked about a variety of different things, being the sunlight and with infrared. And infrared light is emitted from the sun. Now, when it's cloudy like it is today, where the storm is rolling in, there's no opportunity to absorb that infrared, that IR. And when it's involved in so many processes in the body, if you are chronically lacking that, what happens over time? Well, he explained that, the melatonin or melanin that's produced in your body goes down, right? So if you're driving around with sunglasses on, then you're essentially how would you say, robbing yourself of the opportunity for your body to produce that. So if you are experiencing sunburns, well, then generally you got to take a serious look at what you're putting into your body, because those toxins, as you described, is what is responding to the sunlight, the IR, and it's reacting to it. So, when you're replenishing your cells at a regular, well, daily, you want to make sure that you're doing things in a good way. And when I go outside in the sunlight, I did just not too long ago, I spent 40 minutes underneath the sun, direct sun. And where I live here, where I'm at a higher elevation, so I'm closer to it. And it feels hotter because of it, which is good. I like it. Now, am I afraid of getting sunburnt? No. I'm not, because I replenish my body with the cleanest and most absorbable water, which I call deuterium depleted water, with a hydrogen bond angle of 114 degrees. So when I do this regularly, do you reap the benefits from it? Yes. Now, on sunny days like this, I lose the opportunity to benefit from that melanin production and also melatonin production, because my eyes, like, I'll get, during the day, I'll try to, we have a lot of windows in my house here, so the sunlight comes in quite strongly. It's nice. So I get the activation from the sunlight through my eyes, but in addition to that, I'm using the X39 to activate that process of photobiomodulation inside the body. And over time, that's when you can reap the benefits. But you also have to make sure that you're replenishing your body with the three amigos, which I call, here, three aminos. So as you see written on the screen, for each tripeptide that the body produces. So here, I'm going to say X39. I gotta just do this while I'm talking. So I'm going to fix that here so it's a little clear. So the GHK, which is the X39 for GHK, whoops. And of course I can't type. So the X39, the AHK, X49, and of course here okay, and the YH renew, which is glutathione, okay, those are the three. So I'm talking about X39, the X49, and then the YH renew. So they all do different things, and it's basically because of the spectrum of light that triggers that process of photobiomodulation in the body, much like the video I just mentioned. So if you are only getting so many or so much of that, then your body's going to respond in either a positive way or a non-positive way. If you live way up north in Alaska, Northwest Territories, during the winter solstice, they don't get a lot of light. So Can they benefit from something like this? You bet they can, to maintain their health and their energy levels and multiple other benefits that you can feel from that. Now, if you live near the equator, you're going to get sun every single day. So what kind of benefit what would you benefit from more? The cleanest and most absorbable. That's what I would say. So I'm one of those people that say you don't need to buy everything. Fit the pieces of the puzzle that make the cellular strength inside your body strong. Now, let's say if you do live in areas close to the equator and you don't want to spend the time outside, well then, let's say you work at night. You know, it's a tourist type place. People are partying. You know, you sleep during the day and then you work at night. So can this be helpful for you? Yes. Yes. Because you're not going to sleep in the sunshine. Most people don't. Right? Because it'll keep you awake. And then you have to remember to turn around, to flip over or something like that. Right? So do you run the risk of getting burned? Yes. Yes, you do. So, you know, there is such a thing as too much light. But also, if you are accumulating a lot of toxins inside your body that is reacting to that light, well then, you know, that's a different story. Then you got to fix what you're putting into your body. It gets pretty easy after that. So, in order to experience the benefits, you got to pull the trigger. There's a QR code. It'll take you directly to the distributor, because if you're looking to save money, just remember that Amazon and Walmart are not authorized distributors of anything X39, X49, Y-Age Renew. Nope, they are not authorized. So make sure you're getting the real thing and only from the real source. Just saying. Now, if you want deuterium depleted water, I tell you where you can get it, how to make it. Visit unlockyourbioenergy.godaddysites.com or click on the links in the description. You'll be taken to the website, both either to place your order or to find out how to acquire even a vibration plate, if that's your gig. If that's what you want to do and you want to follow me, develop your physique. I'm here doing this for free. And I'm showing you my results, and I'm getting the results. And when you want to test yourself, then join in on Friday, which is tomorrow, for the Feel It Friday session, where I'll be flipping the cards. And the cards dictate how many reps you do and when you do it and what sequence. So it changes every single week. And it puts me through the paces. Can it put you through the paces? Well, try it. Try to keep up with me. Soon to be 50 years old. I am 100 days away from that. And I feel like a pretty strong Mustang. Just saying. So tune in tomorrow for Feel It Friday. It's going to be another great session. And I encourage you to share this with your friends if this is something that you like. And if something different, if you want to challenge yourself. And I only measure against myself. So whoever is watching, if you want to measure against someone, you can measure against me. And if you're older than I am and can keep up with me on Feel It Friday, then you're doing real good. If you're younger and you can't keep up, then you know you have work to do. So, see you then. Have a good night. Eat well, sleep well, and we'll see you later. Bye for now.